know.
Okay, good. Live. Hey, Shalom. All praise to Yahweh by Shema Shai. Barak by Shema Shai. All praise to Yahweh Shema Shai. Double honors to the apostles of GMS. And greetings and salutations to the brothers in this country and all over the world who are scattered abroad, prophesying in the name of the Heavenly Father in truth. Okay. We here in the 2018 Passover. Okay, and basically doing a live show. All right, we're here with the brothers. You can hand the camera on to the brothers here. You know, and basically this show, this premise, this show, we pray that the Lord delivers us this year. You know, what's the title again?
Lord willing, this is it.
Yeah, come. Lord willing, this is it. You know, Lord willing, we pray that the Lord delivers us this year, man. You know, and all the signs, all the signs, like starting with the super blue blood moon, which just happened in a few weeks ago in January. The eclipse that happened on August 21st. The Black Panther movie, which shows Jake at the top as supreme beings on earth. I mean, there's many signs in the last. Oh, what? Wars and rumors of wars. You got the RFID chip being more well known and more known about and pushed out there. Okay, that's not really a secret anymore, and people are accepting it already. You know, you have famines going all across the world, like Venezuela, earthquakes. Okay, nuclear war rhetoric.
Yep.
Right. Well, this brother has an article he's gonna bring out later, Lord willing, about Putin constantly threatening America. You know, with their missile warfare, and saying that America can't hold up to Russia. All right, they're being pretty blunt, man.
Yep.
You got North Korea still talking shit to America. You know, so all the signs are now showing that we in the last days, man. That the Lord's comeback is at hand. You know, and as a man of the Lord, your prayers should be what? Lord, hasten the day. Lord, come back as soon as possible. Lord, save us. You know. So that's what the premise of the show is, and that's what we all praying for. All of us, all the men of the Lord, man. Pray for the comeback of the Lord to come back, like one of the brothers said, tomorrow. All right, or yesterday actually. Okay. All right. So first script.
All right, cool. All right, this is 2 Peter chapter 3. I start from 10. 2 Peter 3 and 10 says, "But the day of the Lord will come as a thief in the night."
Yeah, come. The day of the Lord shall come as a thief in the night. All right. A thief basically comes. How does like describe the word thief? Is he comes. He's an element of surprise. All right. You don't know when a thief is coming, or else he's not a thief. Okay. So when the Lord comes back, you're not going to know when he's going to come. That's really for all the dummies and the 2/3 out there who don't know. But the men of the Lord, the elect, they know. We know, right through the signs, that he's near. You know, we know through the signs, through the eclipse, through the earth, through the turmoil all over the world, through the wars and rumors of wars, the condition of Jake, and also the condition of the camps. We know that day is near, but only those men could adhere and know that time's coming. But for the rest of you dummies, you don't know. He's going to come to you as a thief in the night. You know, he's going to come, he's going to surprise you. That's you 2/3 and all you other nations, man. Okay?
It says, "But the day of the Lord will come as a thief in the night, in which the heavens shall pass away with a great noise, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat."
Yeah, nuclear missiles. You might forget that article. Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, so yeah, the elements, read that against the light.
It says, 2 Peter 3 and 10 says, "But the day of the Lord will come as a thief in the night, in which the heavens shall pass away with a great noise, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat."
The heavens shall pass away with a great noise, and what was the last part? And the elements shall melt with fervent heat, right?
Yep.
Yeah, come. So what can do that? What can make the heavens pass away with a great noise and make the elements, all right? And see, it points out the elements melt with fervent heat. Okay, that's talking about an ICBM nuclear missile, an intercontinental ballistic missile. All right, only a missile or nuclear missile can destroy and waste and melt elements, man. Okay, so powerful that'll shake the heavens. Well, so powerful the scriptures say it'll rock the world to and fro like a junket. All right, that's how powerful these missiles are, man, and that's how powerful the judgment and the judgment on Esau and America is going to be. All right.
Isaiah 34:5. For my sword shall be bathed in heaven.
That's right. It's going to be bathed, man. Each missile that passes over into the heavens, all right, you best believe an angel is blessing each one. You know, Pam, you know, go do your job. You bet those missiles are holy missiles, man. Spiritual missiles. Okay? Like the scriptures say in Joel, they're not going to miss his mark. They're not going to, there you go. They're not going to break their ranks. You know? That's how you know that the Lord's with those missiles, man. And they're going to get a hefty blessing, all right, when they go over into the heavens, all right, and come down on America, man.
Because the Lord sanctioned it.
Come, yeah, the Lord sanctioned it, man. Come, you know.
Yes. Quick point. If you look up the power of those nuclear missiles, or those scientists that are behind making them, which really ultimately is the Most High is behind making those missiles. But they said they set out what a nuclear missile hits ground zero. Ground zero is where the missile just hits. Ground zero becomes as hot as the surface of the sun.
Yeah, that's right.
So talk about melting and fervent heat.
No, it's hotter because I read it before. It says 50 to 150 million degrees.
Right.
That's how the sun is about 20 million degrees according to Esau.
Right.
So 50 to 150 million degrees. That's almost damn near 10 times more than the surface of the sun.
Talk about melting. All right.
Yeah, well, see, that's right. Brothers beautifully explained. Now you understand, all right, how melts elements. Okay? And that's heavy because here it is, the sun's, on a hot day, you can feel that sun. 120 degrees day, 110 degree day, you know what I mean? You can feel the sun, you know what I mean? And missiles are going to be hotter than that in that day. On ground zero, like the brother pointed out, man. All right, so this heavy judgment coming upon America, man, just on that fact alone, okay? Just on the scriptures, melting elements, okay? This is a big deal, man. All right? That's a big deal. All right, that's major destruction upon America, man. And well-deserved, because why? Esau, he's the devil, man. He is the devil. He committed blasphemy against the Most High and the Lord, depicting them with leprosy. All right, they can burn for that alone, man. Okay, so Esau has a heavy price to pay, and well deserved, man.
Quick precept. Isaiah 9:19. Through the wrath of the Lord of hosts is the land darkened, and the people shall be as the fuel of the fire. No man shall spare his brother. So, like the brother said, every man you're made of elements anyway, and the Lord's gonna take those elements and magnify them to another level of degree of heat. Every single person, man. All right. If you want to get graphical, if you look at Terminator 2, Sarah Connor, she had a vision of the future, and she was a part of getting burnt up. That's how they got it from the scriptures. So every single person that was made out of elements, because we're all from the ground, right? We all have certain elements that's in us. We're gonna be burnt up, man. These people are gonna get burnt up. Okay? That's why the Lord's gonna, in a twinkling of an eye, He's gonna rescue His elect. Okay? They're not gonna taste of that death, because that's the second death. Okay?
Precept. And if I can say this, man, you have people. I remember when I first got into truth years ago, and I was talking to some guy. Like, well, if I'm gonna be destroying the missiles, man, I'm gonna die quick anyway.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh yeah. All right. Well, people think that's an easy death. Okay. Well, if missiles hit me, I'm done for. Oh, really? Well, the Most High can do whatever He wants, so He can make you experience that fire, man.
Yeah.
He decides when you live or die, all right? Yeah. But He can make you engulf and experience that whole nuclear missile fire with your bones attached, all right? You can have nothing but your bones left and still be feeling it, man. He's gonna keep that spirit in that fire, all right? So, man, you people, and I like to describe it like this. You know when you on the stove and you maybe burn burn your hand on the stove, on a grill or something. That's what we're talking about here, man. But imagine feeling that pain times, I don't know, I don't even know what times. But and then feeling it, you can't take your hand off. You in it. So that's what's coming for you, 2/3, man. And I say this myself. We feel like we're going to go off or something's wrong with us. That's what you got to think about that to keep you right, man. Is this like we always say amongst ourselves, the brothers? Is it worth the missiles? You know, that's what you got to keep asking yourself. Is this, if it's me going off or doing something off, whatever, is it worth the nuclear missiles, the destruction, or any other mayhem that may happen?
Yeah, to add on, you know, like when you read the scriptures of Sodom and Gomorrah, you know, what happened in Sodom and Gomorrah with Lot's wife? You know, she was made a pillar of salt. So, you know, so just imagine how much more in America, you know, the wickedness that's going on here. You know, these people, they're going to be burned up, man. They're going to be disintegrated, you know.
The Lord's going to leave a memorial of people here, but as a pillar of salt. That's what the desert creatures going to eat up. They're going to eat the flesh, whatever's left over. So the Lord's it's not going to be a memorial of this guy or that person or this land or anything. The Lord's about to, he's about to wreck shop, man. He's about to give America a facelift. He's about to give the whole world a facelift. He's gonna change everything. He's gonna change the way things are and the way you think it is. You could look at a map, a globe, you see America, South America, such and such, and all these other islands. He's about to completely change how it's looking, man. That's how violent the Most High is about to take place, man. He's about to, the whole entire world is gonna, the earth is gonna feel his wrath.
Yeah.
But guess what? The earth itself wants this to come. And that's one thing you have brothers got to understand, man. The earth is yearning for this death.
Yeah, the earth is alive, man. The earth is a spirit too. You know?
Precepts? Real quick. Salaki. This is Psalm 68, verse 20. He that is our power is the power of salvation, and unto the power of the Lord belongeth the issues from death.
Con, you want to break it down?
Yeah, basically, yeah, con, which means the Lord, you know, sanctions the whole thing. He's the one that's going to plan death of you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. So like how the elder said earlier, oh, if you think you're going to burn quick in the missiles, the Lord might just leave the spirit in your body for about 20, 30 minutes. Hey, America's only going to take about an hour to be destroyed, so he might leave your spirit in your body for a whole hour. You know, constantly burning on fire for a whole hour. You know, so imagine that. You know,
and that hour's gonna feel long, man.
Exactly. That's
you feeling that?
I have to put something back to I'll go straight to the point. You know, so Revelation 18:10, standing afar off for fear of her torment, her being America, saying, alas, the great city Babylon, all right, in the Hebrew Babel, meaning confusion, which America is a place of confusion. It says that mighty city, right? America's a mighty city. For 1 hour is a judgment come. In 1 hour, this place is going to be destroyed. All right. But then, listen, like the brother said, the spirit will still be in those bodies, okay, burning in that fire, okay. And while it's happening, you're gonna know why it's happening, man. Go put the spirit on you to know why you being destroyed, okay. So that was the point on that.
This is Isaiah chapter 51, verse 6. It says, lift up your eyes to the heavens and look upon the earth beneath. For the heavens shall vanish away like smoke, and the earth shall wax old like a garment, and they that dwell therein shall die in like manner. But my salvation shall be forever, and my righteousness shall not be abolished. Yeah, so you know, the scriptures say that the heavens and the earth shall pass away like a scroll. You know, the element's gonna melt. So you know, when you see a thermonuclear fire, it's called radiation ashes. So you know, when it burns up, you know, you see that smoke going up to the heavens. So the Most High said that's how it's gonna be in that day. You know, the people and the heavens gonna perish away in like manner. Just like the elders just said earlier. You know, your body's made out of elements. You know, the heavens, everything is made out of elements. So everything, when they get burnt up, is gonna pass away like smoke. You know, which is that thermonuclear fire. You know. Anything?
I got some. So yeah, this is from Yahoo News. All right, and it says the title of the article is Putin boast of new weapons, vows to boost living standards.
He said he boasts. He's boasting,
Yeah.
right? That means he's bright. It means nuclear. It means Putin was bragging about his nuclear, his weaponry, his nuclear missiles. You know, basically saying, look, mine is better than yours.
Yeah.
That's what it means to boast. I'm stronger than you. Now that reminds me of the script.
Yeah.
And the script was, you got it? Okay.
Isaiah
Oh, there it
Yeah.
is.
14.
Hold that. I can keep reading. Hold that.
Okay, this is
Was it weakest read, that one?
yeah.
The nation is weakest read.
This is Isaiah.
Or he looks upon them narrowly. It's another one.
Right. This is
The
Isaiah
same
14.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Isaiah 14.
14. Yeah, Isaiah
What do we got?
14 and
No, that's the one you're doing.
It's the same thing.
Weakest read, right? Okay. This is Isaiah 14 and 10. It says, all they shall speak and say unto thee, art thou also become weak as we? Art thou become like unto us? It says, thy pomp is brought down to the grave.
Oh, can I say something? Because you know what I got me thinking about? Like, what was it, a couple months ago, this guy Trump was talking shit. He said, my button is bigger than yours. When he's talking about Kim Jong-un.
He said what?
His button is bigger than his.
His button.
You know, it's just like it's just a he's just a braggadocious. Just saying that he could push the button better than Kim Jong Un. But now Putin is saying. See that again? Can you read that again?
It says Putin boast of new weapons, vows to boost living standards.
So he got Putin is boasting about the weapons that he got, and then the article too, because it said Satan 2. So Satan 1 was to be able to destroy France, and Texas. All right, so Satan 2 could do more damage. So this guy is basically saying, my weapons are better than yours. All right, so they all boasting about each other, but because what? One time in history, America was bullying everybody and saying like, look, we could drop a bomb whenever we want to.
That's right.
And that shit is out the window.
And they did it without no mercy, man.
Yeah.
We proved that they're the devil, man. Dropping Fat Boy and Little Boy or in Hiroshima, Japan. That was like no mercy, man. There was no need for that. They basically they already won the war.
Was it Eisenhower?
You know? And then they dropped the missiles, and you know that they still feeling the aftermath of that, you know, because you got mutants being born over there in Japan with one arm that's 1 foot long and another arm that's maybe 6, man. All right, just being born like a mutant, you know, being born, well, not being, but mutations, you know, and mutations are bad. You know what I'm saying, brother?
I got a scripture.
That's it.
This is Joel chapter 3 verse 9. Proclaim ye this among the Gentiles. Prepare war. Wake up the mighty men. Let all the men of war draw near. Let them come up. And this is what we're doing. We're proclaiming the word of the Lord to all the nations. That's why we prophesy of war, pestilence, famine, and destruction. The Bible prophesies of Putin and him getting his military might and him popping shit.
Magog.
Gog and Magog, you know, and the prudent hooks is being put in their mouth, preparing them for war. So it says, beat your plowshares into swords and your prudent hooks into spears. Let the weak say, I am strong. And not only Putin, but all the other nations that didn't have the military capability to even stand in a war with any other nation.
Like North Korea.
Yep.
North Korea says the most aggressive things, man. I should say, there's not even covering up. He just was straight direct with America.
Yeah.
He said, look, man, we will bomb you. We will. Our missiles can reach you in 20 minutes. We have missiles that can reach Chicago. These are the exact words of Kim Jong-il. You know, no other nation has said anything like, and you know, had that rhetoric, man. So you have literally other nations talking shit, man. You know, basically like, you know, if you want to bring in another carnal level, like let's say guys in front of your face, and he step to you. You know what I mean? And say, look, man, I'll knock you out. You know, stepping right in front of your face, or maybe finally stepping up to that bully. You know, and that's what's happening.
Yeah.
All the other nations are standing up to this big bully, which is the devil, America, Esau, and finding out what he's really about, man. which Esau is nothing but America's nothing but a bitch ass country, man. Okay, and all of the nations, the Most High is using the other nations to destroy this damn place. You know, doing a part of the little work. But Israel, like the scriptures say, is the Most High's battle axe, man. We're gonna really exterminate the wicked, you know, and get this place ready for the Lord to come back. You know, exterminate the wicked out from his from earth. Okay.
Can I say something, brother? You know, brothers like to use the example. Esau got nuclear missiles. So imagine what the righteous men, the princes of power, is going to have.
Yeah.
If Esau on the left-hand side could create atomic bombs and nuclear missiles, imagine what the princes of the power is going to have.
And
The
that's what
power of the chariots had concentrated fire.
That's right.
The men of the Lord having power to shoot fire from their hands or from their mouths. So, once again, Esau in all his military might, his blessing the sword, he has that on the left-hand side. So imagine what the princes of the power are going to have on the right-hand side.
I got a precept for you.
You know, it's a perfect contrast. While he's saying it, the scriptures talk about there's always pairs. The Lord always made them in pairs.
Yep.
Got up and down, right and left, sun and moon,
Life and death.
carnal, life and death, Adam and Eve, Jacob and Esau, carnal weapons, spiritual power. So that's the contrast, you know what I mean? Esau fucking with that carnal weapons,
Yeah,
which is his best weapon is the nuclear missile.
yeah.
And what's the opposite of that, or what's the opposite of that is that spiritual power, man.
That's right.
That's what the men of the Lord are going to use on the right hand side,
I
man.
appreciate
And the right hand spiritual power is greater, is the greatest of all.
Exactly.
Nothing can compare to that.
Isaiah 54:17. No weapon that is formed against thee shall prosper.
That's right.
Every tongue that shall rise up against thee in judgment thou shalt condemn. And the key thing is no weapon. We're talking about nuclear arms, and that can break down your nuclear, the very essence of your nuclear. But according to the scriptures, according to what the Lord said about his elect, no weapon is going to be able to destroy them.
That's right.
All right? They're going to, second death is, they're not going to feel it. That's what the scripture said, oh, death was thy sting. So, no weapons that Esau has on the left-hand side, the most mightiest weapon that he has, in contrast to what the brother just said, unto the power of the elect of the nation of Israel. Because why? The Lord is that powerful. And that's why the elect is going to escape that fire, and they're going to get that new body. And guess what? When you get that new body, ain't no, something like that's not going to hurt you. Not even a thought against you.
Well,
right?
even in the movie Superman, Man of Steel,
Yep.
when he took Doomsday up in outer space to be destroyed, a nuclear missile hit him,
Yeah.
and Superman got knocked out. Actually, he had to be replenished or something like that
Yeah,
with
by
the
the
sun.
sun.
But guess what? The men of the Lord, we can take that.
Yeah.
They ain't can do nothing to us.
That's right.
You know, so it's just a point to show how powerful, you know, the men of the Lord are, or how powerful the Spirit of Yahweh Shemai Shai is on his men. You know.
Precept. This is 2 Corinthians 10:4. For the weapons of our warfare are not carnal,
That's right.
but mighty through the Most High to pulling down strongholds.
That's right.
Yeah, the weapons of our warfare is not carnal, because you know Esau, he's a man of the sword. The Most High gave him that blessing, so we can't come at Esau with his blessing. We got to use our we spiritual men, you know. That the Most High, like you said, like the elder was going into, you know, how the Most High said, I'm Jacob and Esau, you know, carnal and spiritual. So the way we gonna get out of here is through the spirit, you know. You reap in the spirit, that's immortality, you know.
Come on, bro. When you look into it, man. When Isaac gave Esau his blessing, he said, you know, your blessing shall be the sword. And when Jacob got his name changed to Israel, the angel told him, as a prince, you have power on earth, man.
Come.
To hold me down all day and night. You got power on earth. That's spiritual power, man.
Spiritual power, yeah.
And as sons of Israel, princes of the power, we have power on earth.
That's right.
And Lord's will, we just have to be patient and wait for the Lord to unlock that power.
Yeah.
And in Esau, it's a effing rap.
That's right. Because the Most High said he's gonna with us, he's gonna break in pieces the nations. You know.
Yeah, I got what you just quoted in Genesis. This is Genesis 32:28.
Yep.
And it said, and he said, thy name shall be called no more Jacob, but Israel, for as a prince hast thou power with the Most High and with men, and hast prevailed.
As a prince, you have power of the Most High on earth. Who the fuck are you? What are you, man? You know? It's uncomprehendable. You know, it's unbelievable that a man can wield power to wrestle an angel.
Yep.
It's unheard of. Angels is perfect. They all powerful. They call it Elohim powers.
Hey, the scripture says one angel could destroy the earth. One angel. So if our forefather Jacob could wrestle an angel, what does that say about his lineage,
Sons.
his sons?
Well, I remember the apostles were going into it that the 144,000, you know, who the elect are, you know, we're the first fruits.
Right.
You know, so we are actually before the other angels.
Right.
Even in order. So technically, that's why that wasn't really a mistake. Because that spirit is actually more powerful than an angel, because he is the first order. He is the creator. The 144,000, along with Yahweh Shai, we created everything else.
Right.
So that's why that happened. And you know, and there's a scripture I think in Peter's that the angels desire to look into the things how we look into it.
Yeah.
Because we're a new breed of angel. We're still angels, but on earth.
Yeah, that's right.
We're another breed.
Yeah.
Where we have both aspects, you know, and so that's what's happening, you know. And that's a beautiful thing.
Get the first fruit scripture. One is in Ephesians, and I think one is in Romans.
Yeah,
Since the brother quoted it.
Did we who was holding? Did we finish that one in
Second Peter?
What we start off the show with? You finished that one?
No, we ain't finished.
Yeah, just finish that one. And then, you know, brother turn over.
Kind.
It's back in 2 Peter. Alright, 2 Peter chapter 2, verse 2 Peter 2 and 10. It says, but the day of the Lord will come as a thief in the night, in which the heavens shall pass away with a great noise, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat, the earth also, and the works that are therein shall be burnt up. Seeing then that all these things shall be dissolved, what manner of persons ought ye to be in all holy conversation and godliness?
Yeah, beautiful. So it's saying, with all this, what it just described, all this mayhem and death and ultimate destruction on America, all right? How are you to be? How are you ye to be? Right? Saying, so knowing that this is gonna happen, how you supposed to act? All right? Holy as possible, man. As true as to the scriptures as possible, as true to be in the manner of the Lord as you can, you know, because we already know what's to come. Not like we're not aware.
Right.
You know, we know what's going on, and you know we got to do our best to keep ourselves in line in the spirit by praying and fasting, fellowshipping, doing shows, you know, just being around each other, being in the spirit, because without that, we already know what's going to befall us, you know. All right. So with us knowing the prophecies should keep us in line, especially the nuclear destruction, man. That's the end of That's the end of the matter, you know. And yeah, end of all, you know.
I got Romans for the first fruit. The brother that wanted the first fruit. It's Romans 8, verse 23. And not only they, but ourselves also, which have the first fruit of the Spirit, even we ourselves groan within ourselves, waiting for the adoption, to wit, the redemption of our body.
Which goes into the topic.
Yeah.
Which goes into the topic of discussion. We can't wait to get the hell up out of here, man. Lord's will, this is it. Lord's will, this is it. Read it again, up.
Come. This is Romans 8, verse 23. And not only they, but ourselves also, which have the first fruit of the Spirit.
We have the first fruits of the Spirit. The first created spirits, man.
Even we, even we ourselves grown within ourselves.
We ourselves grown within ourselves. So your spirit is sighing and crying to the Lord without you even knowing. When you not even praying, your spirit is sighing and crying to the Lord, begging for righteousness to come back on earth. For Yahweh Bashim Yahushua to reign on earth.
Well, hey, I'll even say this, man. Sometimes your spirit groans and it manifests out. Meaning, you know, not like you cry to nowhere, but you get so emotionally in the zone and cry or whatever, and you're thinking about things, you know what I mean, going through hell, and, you know, you just, you know, get emotional, man, start crying or whatever, you know, because your spirit is like, you know, your spirit want to get that light in here, man. Or going through all the constant hell you're going through, the sufferings, constantly thinking if you're going off against the Lord, you want to get right, you know, trying to better yourself. And you know, if you're in the right mind, or you know, you don't want to do wrong things. You don't want to do things against the Lord. You know, you want to do the best you can. But in this flesh, it's hard. There was always something, you know.
And that's the battle.
That's the battle. That's part of the battle. You
that's
know?
the true battle right there. Like Apostle Paul always say, you are your worst enemy. That's what you fight first. That's the person. The person that you see in the mirror is your greatest foe. Always remember that.
That's right.
That's why, if it was up to us, we would never be crying to the Lord. But it shows you, the scriptures clearly say that it's our spirit that cries to the Lord. Because the spirit is over our flesh. And they say, like, look, Abba, you know, Yahweh Bashim and Shai, get us out of here.
But also, the more, like the scriptures say, is what's his name? Galatians. The spirit warreth against the flesh. It's a battle. Right. Romans, I think Galatians or Ephesians.
I got that right here.
Okay, go ahead. Yeah.
That's not the one.
Because I was gonna say, but the more you
Romans 7.
was it? I think it's Galatians said that those who soweth to the flesh.
Yeah, that's Galatians 6.
Those who sow to the spirit.
6
When you sow more to the spirit, it's your spirit actually manifesting itself out. So the more you're supposed to do what you're supposed to do in the spirit, that's the spirit showing itself out. You know what I mean? So that my point is that you're going to be more of the spirit, which is Yahweh Shemai Shai. You know, even though we're in the flesh, it's going to come out more. You're going to be walking more in the spirit. You know?
2 Timothy 2:4. No man that warreth entangle himself with the affairs of this life, that he may please him who have chosen him to be a soldier.
Again?
Right. It says 2 Timothy 2:4. No man that warreth entangleth himself with the affairs of this life.
Yeah, come, man. Even me, I'll even testify real quick, and along with other brothers too. On the way here to the Passover, you know, two things happened to me. But one was bigger than the other, and it's pretty major, you know what I mean? And that shit was kind of pissing me off all the way over here, that I almost lost my temper, you know? But I kept it together because I kind of realized what was happening, you know? That, wait a minute, I'm going to the Passover, and just Satan trying to fuck with me and get me out of my zone, you know? Because right before the Passover, even months, days, and weeks, and weeks and days and hours before the Passover, you're trying to get in the zone, you know? You know, feeling good, and all of a sudden, boom, something happened, and just throw you off. So Satan always trying to look at who we can devour, and try to take us out of our, you know, of the zone, which is the spirit, you know? Right. So one more time.
Right. It's 2 Timothy 2:4. Says, no man that warreth entangleth himself with the affairs of this life.
Yeah, so when I was going through that, I thought about that script. You know, no man warreth himself entangling himself with the affairs of his life. Meaning you're not wrapped in to all the bullshit you're going on in the world. Yeah, it's gonna get you mad. Yeah, this is bullshit. But at the end of the day, you already know why it's happening. Scriptures say, count it not strange.
Concerning the fiery trial.
Yeah, concerning the fiery trials. If you get 4 flat tires in 3 days, you already know what's up, man. Okay? If you get a car and you lose your job a week later, you already know what the deal is. It's not a coincidence, you know? Just the stuff that happened to the men of the Lord is not normal. It's always like it's abnormal, which is actually the point. It's supposed to happen to you. Yeah. But the point is, You don't get wrapped up over it. It's all a test to get you out of your zone, to get you out of the spirit, to make you lose it, you know what I mean? To make you go mad. But really, when you go through the fire, when you go through certain temptation, is to really, the Lord's trying to teach you temperance. Temperance and patience. Because if you can handle it, okay, you handle it, you observe it through the spirit, all right, I already know what's going on, you know? Now, it's some is tougher than others, but you stay strong in the spirit, keep doing what you're doing, you'll conquer those things. Another one of my favorite scripts, man, is in Hebrews, where it says, matter of fact, let's get it real quick. I think in Hebrews 10th chapter, it says the Lord gives you a problem that you can't handle. Okay.
1 Corinthians 10 and 13.
That's 10? Okay, so.
Can I say something?
Quick. Okay, real quick. Yeah, go ahead.
Just going into the word temperance. Temperance is self-control. And if you don't have any self-control, then you're not an ambassador of Yahweh Yahushua.
That's right.
You got to conduct yourself like a prince.
That's right.
And conduct yourself like a prince is order.
That's right.
So I just want.
Nah, beautiful point, brother. Because you know what? When you say when you say temperance, well, another scripture I know is 1 Timothy 1 and 7. The Lord did not give us a spirit of fear. He gave us a power, right? And love and a sound mind. And when you break that, you look at the word sound mind. I forget what it is in the Greek, but it means self-control. Yeah. And what is self-control? To be a disciple. And what is a disciple? Discipline. Yeah. Huh. And what are you disciplining? The laws, statutes, commandments. All right?
That's the scripture.
Huh?
1 Corinthians?
Okay. Con.
1 Corinthians chapter 10, verse 13.
So just to to punch that point in, like the brothers elaborated on, that temperance is a big thing, you know, because really in this world you're supposed to be losing your temper, man. When you see a faggot sashaying up and down the street, you know, when you see women having all this control and power, you're supposed to be literally losing it, man. All right. But this is all we're supposed to, and really, we're at the bottom, man.
Yeah.
We're at the bottom. We're working for Esau. We're working amongst other nations. We're on the 2/3. We're not in the spiritual realm with the Heavenly Father and angels. We're not where we want to be. So, you know, you would lose your temper, naturally. But this is the whole test, to keep your temper, to keep that temperance, to keep that, your patience, and save it when the Lord unleashes your spiritual power, you know? That's when it'll all come out, you know? When the Lord releases His indignation upon you and put His Spirit on you, you know? But anyway, the scriptures say, in your souls, in your souls possessing your souls, you know?
In your patience possessing.
In your patience possessing your souls, which means being patient is the key to salvation.
In your sufferings, possess your soul.
This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 16 and 32. He that is slow to anger is better than the mighty, and he that ruleth his spirit than he that taketh a city.
Beautiful, good script. Meaning, a man of the Lord is not supposed to be losing a temper within very easily. A man of the Lord. Now, the scriptures say, "Be ye angry, though." All right, you're supposed to get angry, though. But be ye angry, but sin not. Okay, don't go off. And then it says, "Settle your demons before the sun goes down," too. So even if you're mad, what happened? You fucked up, and it was really fucked up. This shit happened to you. But at the end of the day, know that the Most High did it to you. He's in control, and that you're supposed to be in agreement or at a rest with what happened, and then deal with it. So and then go to bed easy, because you go to bed angry and still upset about what's going on or whatever happened to you, emotional. You allow more demons to fester into you, man. Yep. That's not good. Quick one. All right.
Can I say something real fast?
And hold that, brother, too.
Well, the scriptures say, "Avenge not yourselves."
Come.
As an attribute of a man of the Lord, you're not supposed to take matters into your own hands. You're supposed to wait for the Lord, wait upon the Lord to do what He has to do. Let Him justify you and let Him avenge you.
Yeah, and He does too.
Yeah, you defend yourself. You know, don't let nobody fuck you up or nothing like that. But you could avoid a lot of situations by just being patient, so-called biting your tongue, and just letting the Lord do what He has to do.
Hey, well, there's many accounts of, you know, of, for example, brothers know, older brothers know. I'll say it now. Now I got put in a situation. I guess it's a quick testimony. I got put in a situation years ago, and you know, me and this woman, my woman, whatever, at the time, you know, I slapped her, give her a few slaps, you know. You know, that's a short story. Anyway, I got arrested, okay, and you know, got locked up for it, you know. But the story is, I got bailed out. It was well, cool. The Lord was with me, you know. But the point is that right now, I still talk to her every once in a while, you know, once or twice a year. Man, the Lord has jacked her up, man. This thing happened about 5 years ago. He's damn near homeless, you know. She showed up to my door with sweatpants and sneakers, you know, old ass jacket her mother gave her. You know, she's been struggling since that happened, man. You know, so bad I kind of feel sorry for her, man. Yes. You know, I feel a little bad, you know. But the Lord has, but the point is, the Lord will avenge you. You know what I mean? The Lord has your back, and all brothers can attest to that. You know that. What scriptures say? Something about the Lord says something about if you offend my little ones.
Yeah, okay? Matthew 18.
That's talking about His men. So anybody who offends us, your boss, your girl, or people at your job, or people when we go out to camp, don't worry. The Lord's got them, man. He has their day. They may spit in your face at camp, but guess what? Next year they get ran over by a truck.
Yeah.
Okay?
Because the Lord could He could do it better than you can.
Yeah.
You could physically at that moment, you're cool. You could get a couple of lumps on him, but guess what? He heals up from that. But the Lord could actually fuck that man's spirit up. And that man or that woman, they ain't coming back from that shit. That's the power of the Heavenly Father. That's why you gotta give everything to the Heavenly Father in His domain.
Vengeance is of the Lord, I think.
Because He can fuck people up.
This is Baruch chapter 4, verse 25. My children, suffer patiently the wrath that is come upon you from the Most High. For thine enemy have persecuted thee, but shortly thou shalt see his destruction, and shalt tread upon his neck.
Yeah, and that's gonna happen.
That's right.
That's literally is gonna happen.
That's right.
Because right now, one of the brothers put up a video. A lot of curses that was in Deuteronomy 28 that was heavy on Jake. It's slowly going to Esau. Yeah. All the Edomites are feeling the effects, man. Their family houses are being broken. Basically, their mother and father, they're losing their jobs, they're losing every fucking thing.
Yeah.
They're on drugs, they're on hellified drugs, man.
I see.
Right?
You see people on the welfare line now.
Yeah.
Houses getting burnt down.
Houses getting burnt down.
Yeah.
No remorse, no nothing. The Lord's literally shifting every single thing onto them.
Transition of power.
Transition of power. Because everything was heavy on Jake, and Jake was the butt of the joke. But guess what? Now the joke is on them.
Yeah, yeah. That's the real joke.
That's the real joke, because that's why you think the threats are coming more heavy now. They don't feel safe no more. After 9/11, things changed, man. Esau was living in a vulnerable, he was just on top, man. That Edomite could go any part of the world, nobody's gonna say a thing. But now, they don't want no fucking crackers, they don't want no American crackers in their land. Because that transition is showing, man.
Yeah, because over there in South Africa, you got the South African president, you know,
he took away from the farmers.
He's taking away the lands from these so-called white people. And you know, Esau's so mad that he calling it racist. You know, he calling the president a radical. You know, because the land originally belongs to the South Africans, but you know, Esau, since he stole it, now the president, you know, he's trying to get their lands back. You know, he's taking it back and giving it to the rightful descendants of the owners. You know, but Esau is so mad. You know, he's calling him like he's an extremist, like, you know, or he's racist, and you know, or he's trying to say that all lands were conquered, so nobody's original to no land.
Damn devil.
The devil.
Because
devil.
once he got to take that medicine, he has a problem with it.
Yeah.
Once he got to take his own medicine, he has a fucking problem.
Yeah.
All right, like we was talking earlier before the camera came about, we was talking about a little bit about the Black Panther. We're not gonna go all deep into it, but they're making a big stink about it because it's racist, all black people. Motherfuckers, it's based on Africa. What more do you need? You know, nobody complain about all your little other stupid shit that you came about.
Yeah, I mean, every fucking magazine you read, every commercial, every movie, every goddamn thing is on Esau on it, man. You know, and you got to, you know, but that's what proves he's the devil. And like, you know, like we're not gonna get on to it, but you know, obviously, we believe that the Most High, that's not an accident that movie came out at this time. You know, that's not an accident that movie Black Panther is showing Jake as not only kings, right? You got that rhetoric. What's the rhetoric of the movie? Return of a King or something like that? Who's return? Who doesn't the Bible talk about Return of a King? There was a scene in the movie with T'Challa when he's talking to his father in the spiritual realm, and he says something like, "I got to go back on Earth and claim that throne." Or he said, "I got to go back and claim the throne. I got to go back down." That was all symbolic for the Lord, man. And he said, "I got to go back to save my people," and he said, "to make things right." That's what he said in the movie. That's what the Lord is saying to the Most High. I have to go back, like it says in Revelation, the 5th chapter, when the Lord was the only one to sit up and to take the seals. Which means he's the only one who stood up to sacrifice himself, which he was destined to do anyway, and to die for his people, and he's going to come back and save us. You know, that's what he's doing now, getting ready in the spiritual realm, you know, to come back down. You know, so that scene in that movie was powerful. And then when he was in the spiritual realm, he was dressed in all white, you know. And I'll drop another one. One more. In the movie, right, I don't think it was an accident. In Revelation 1 and 13, they describe the Lord with what? White wool hair, white as snow, right? He's dark skinned, right? Now, there's a scene where T'Challa, and this brother was bringing it out to me, the term is called a Christ-like figure. They do it in the Hollywood movies. So in these Hollywood movies, they always have a Christ-like figure, which what a Christ-like figure could be he shows to sacrifice himself for his people. He's a hero. He's a savior.
A healer.
A healer, you know, all those things, a Christ-like figure. One example of that is Neo in the Matrix. Neo was basically supposed to be the Lord going around and waking everybody up. He was supposed to be the Lord in the movie. Okay, so he was a Christ-like figure. And what Morpheus was John the Baptist, because he's the one who kind of
prophesied,
you know. Then you have there's a lot. Matrix is one of the best. I ain't gonna go. That's another topic. That's one of the best movies about what waking up to the truth is. That's literally what this is. Another Christ-like figure. Well, I'll say one more thing. In the Matrix, the last Matrix, what's the last Matrix called? Revolution. There's a scene where Keanu Reeves or Neo loses his eyesight, the blindfolds over his eyes, and then he dies or something like that. And then I guess the computers put power back and wake him back up. Well, you know, like in the Esau rock bands, when they jump into a mosh pit and the crowd carries them, that's what they were doing to Keanu Reeves. But when they carried him, he was in a cross. He was in a cross, you know? Why? To simulate the Lord. One last point. Back to the Black Panther movie. So he was a Christ-like figure in that movie too. He supposedly kind of and came back, right? But when he came back, when he was so-called dead, he was lying on snow. And what the mother and the sister did, they were like putting snow all over his hair and his face. So when you looked at him lying on the ground, it looked like it was supposed to symbolically be Yahushua. To my eyes, it looked like, because he was dark skinned, and then he had snow on his hair and his beard too. So that was deep, man. You know, and I don't think the director put that. I don't know. Sometimes people in the industry, they know about like the Hebrew Israelites. They may put subliminal messages, but I don't think that he did. I don't know. But overall, you know, the Most High is behind these little messages, man.
Quick point. And I believe they know, because that very same night that Black Panther came out, you know what movie came out? Samson.
Oh.
And then we went to go see Samson, right? Our people, which is Israelites, they going to see a movie based, you know, thinking they African. And we go see Samson.
Ain't nobody in there.
Ain't nobody.
One person. And then it's a straight Edomite cast. You see the craziness? It's a straight Edomite cast. But it's about our forefathers, Samson, one of our forefathers. But then all our people was going to see Black Panther, and
Yeah,
they
you're
coming
right.
out with dashikis thinking they
Yeah,
African.
you're right. You're right.
You know what I mean? On the same exact day.
Yeah, yeah.
He even had a Puerto Rican. He had a dashiki on.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and they
movie got
twisted
his
that
dome.
whole Simpson movie up.
Yeah,
man.
yeah,
They twisted
yeah,
that movie up.
Oh, we know
Yeah,
that
yeah,
because
yeah,
they
yeah.
slaughtered fucking that movie Noah.
Yeah.
Start on that.
All biblical movies,
Yeah,
man.
they twisted it up.
So they're not gonna put the truth out there.
Yeah.
No matter how it's evident how the scriptures say.
Yeah, they ain't gonna.
People,
Oh shit.
that's okay.
Yeah, they ain't gonna put hell of no truth in the movies, but you know, certain things, like I said, with that movie, I believe it's spiritual because it shows too many coincidences in that movie. Another point too, we'll go back to scriptures, but another good point too, another reason that it was saved for this time to come out, that there's, and probably brothers already know, Wesley Snipes was supposed to be Black Panther back in the early 90s. He's the one who brought it to Hollywood and said that he wanted to play Black Panther, and he was trying to get the role, and they wanted to do it, but they didn't, I guess, finish it. So he just, you know what, I want to play Blade. He just switched to Blade, and that's how that came about. But he really wanted to play. He wanted to play Black Panther in around '92. You know, so it was supposed to come out years ago, but see how it came out now at this time. You know, so you know. But anyway,
Psalms 50 and 21. These things that I have done, and I kept silence, I thought as thou was altogether such as one as thyself. But I will reprove thee and set them in order before thine eyes.
beautiful. Yeah. Yep.
Because who the Lord is reproving, he's reproving Esau,
Yep.
and he's setting Israel before the eyes of the world.
Yep.
All right, and there's nothing they can do about it.
Yo, even in the movie, they were set up in order, but he was reproving Esau.
Yeah.
In the movie, they refer to Esau as colonizer. They refer to Esau as colonizer. Basically, Esau was getting jabs throughout the whole movie, man. Like, you're the fuck up of the whole world, man. You're the demon of the world, man. You know? So, you know, that's heavy. It goes with the topic of the show that the signs and the Lord, when this is the year, man. And it's all lining up, you know? That what we see around through this movie, Black Panther, through the Putin, other countries constantly threatening America.
Yes, sir.
Wars and rumors of wars, you know? But you had something, you wrote me something, right? I mean, I don't know if you passed the point, but we can.
Y'all already did.
We did, okay, we passed it.
This is 2 Ezra chapter 2, verse 13. It says, Go and ye shall receive. Pray for a few days unto you, that they may be shortened. The kingdom is already prepared for you. Watch.
You talk about it.
Yeah, okay, so, you know, like the title of this lesson, you know, this is it, Lord's will, man. You know, the scripture right here says, pray for a few days unto you. You know, so we got to keep praying, man, that the Most High, you know, destroy this place, man. That's why we opened up with 2 Peter's where it says, looking forward and hastening unto the coming of the Most High, man. Because that's the spirit you're supposed to be in, man. In all manner of godliness and holy conversation. And it says, the kingdom is already prepared for you. Watch. Yeah, the kingdom is already prepared for you, man. All right. Yahweh Shai said, he go prepare a place for us, man. All right. And there are many mansions in his father's
House.
Yeah, house. All right.
Which means other planets. The Lord already set the blueprint. Like a brother, he's not here with us, New Orleans, we bring out a show, but the scientists find a universe pretty much where there's so much water there they can supply Earth 150 million times. So that shows you right that Heavenly Father's Son is at work. They're preparing worlds for us, man.
That's right, yeah.
So we have something to look forward to.
Yeah, that's
good. That's heavy in itself.
That's heavy, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I was going to say, they also found a planet that's symbolic to Earth, capable of holding life. You know, so
They call it New Earth.
Yeah, they found another one where it's just made out of straight up precious stones. You know what I'm saying? It rains precious stones, you know, according to Esau, you know?
Well, Esau's going to be in that planet,
Digging.
getting hit by diamonds in the head. You know, raised and cut, you know, and still working, you know? That's right. You got it.
I want to get this real quick. This is Isaiah 51:5. It says, my righteousness is near, my salvation is gone forth, and mine arms shall judge the people. The isles shall wait upon me, and on mine arm shall they trust.
Yeah, what arm is that? Yahweh Bashem El Shai's on. The whole planet Earth, the whole beings on Earth, living things is waiting for the Most High. Hey, the scripture says the lions cry for the Most High to feed them. Hey, the Lord said that the sparrows don't feed themselves, but they rely on the Most High. So how much of us? So everything that's living is waiting for the coming back of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua.
The whole world is in mourning, man.
Yeah.
The whole world is, man. You think, and that's the beautiful, just another amazing thing about the comprehending the Lord, man. That you and I still do. You may look at pictures of certain islands, certain like places, like damn, that looks beautiful, man. And it does look beautiful, but it ain't nothing compared to what's gonna happen, what's gonna be given to the men of the Lord or to the nation of Israel. So what's to come? That future world is gonna be straight paradise, man. And the point is that this world is not in its beautiful form yet. Or well, it was, but it went back. So it's not at its best point. But you look around sometimes, some places look freaking beautiful, man. So it goes to show you that this is the way it looks like this place morning. Imagine when this planet is glorified when the Lord's here.
It's Isaiah 64:4. It says, "For since the beginning of the world, men have not heard, nor perceived by the ear, neither have the eye seen, or Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushua beside thee, what he had prepared for him that waited for him."
So like the scriptures also say, eyes have not heard or ears have heard of the things that the Lord has for us. So we got something to look greatly forward to. Fuck this world, man. There's nothing in America, there's nothing currently what's going on that is made for us. That's why we hasten and we pray that the Lord take this place out. We got a future, a bright future ahead of us, man. Immortality. Esau's trying to find it right now.
Yeah.
We gonna get it through the Most High. We're gonna get it the right way. He's trying to sneak it in the other way. So guess we're gonna get everything that's good coming to us. He's gonna get everything that's worse, evil that's ever thought upon is gonna come onto him. The transition of power, the transition of the curse is going to one people to another people. Like the scriptures also says, we was not supposed to drink of the cup, but we surely drunk it. So that cup is going right back to those bastards that afflicted it, man. So the Most High is a just power, man. It's all about balance, man. It's all about balance. That's why we're on the rise right now. Being a dark-skinned man is about, that's gonna be the hottest thing again, like in the 90s.
It is. I was saying, like, since this camp opened up in a big way 10 years ago, you see Jake start rocking beards, man, like 3 years after. That wasn't before 08. That wasn't really happening. But since Israel and Lord's putting the spirit on his men, wake up, brothers rocking beards, getting that rugged look. Now that's the in thing. You know.
Even the black women get natural hair.
Yeah, getting natural hair. Yeah, you notice that. That's another sign of the shift turning, man. Things going back to back to what it's supposed to be. Yeah, that, and then we can get one more script in that.
Okay, this is Ecclesiastes 1 verse 9. The thing that have been, it is that which shall be, and that which is done is that which shall be done, and there is no new thing under the sun.
Talk about it.
Hey, yeah, brother, hey, like how the brother's speaking about, how women gonna get our hair back, dark skin is gonna be the new thing, you know what I mean? Because that happened back then, you know what I'm saying? There's no new thing under the sun. Israelites are gonna rule the planet again, as we did, back then,
Well, I guess one last script to finish it. Romans 13 and 11. Finish it on that. His time is nearer than he believes, I think.
This is Romans 13 and 11. And that knowing the time, that now is high time to awake out of sleep.
Yeah, so knowing the time, I believe when you go to Matthew, the 16th chapter, the Lord himself tells you what the signs to look for. He says when you look at the sky, the sky is, I forget, he says red and lowering. Red and lowering, I believe it says. You can notice the signs of the
south wind blowing.
Of the skies, basically the storm's coming, but you can't notice the signs of the times, which means right now we're in the high times. Okay, read that part again. What did it say?
This is Romans 13 and 11. And that knowing the time, that now it is high time to wake out of sleep.
Knowing the time, that's another big point. Knowing the time. So you're supposed to know the time. They just said it right there. How do we know the time? We know the time through these prophecies, man. Through the scriptures, through the prophecies. So really a man of the Lord, or I'll say it like this, a believer in God should know that these are the times. That's how you know you're a man of the Lord. a man of the Lord is going to know what time he's in. That's why I said knowing the time. So when we see all this stuff around, like the mayhem, the morals lost in the whole world, wars and rumors of wars, Esau even ruling, that's a sign.
Yep.
Even right there, going back to Ezra, the 6th chapter,
Yep.
that's one of the major signs that we know this is the high time, right, to wake out of sleep.
Yep.
This is the time. You know, all the thousands of years we've been dying reincarnated.
Yep.
You know, now we're back here.
This is it.
This is it right now. Like the show said.
Brothers waking up.
Brothers waking up, you know.
Yeah, since you said that, you know, you think about it. How long Christianity been on the planet Earth? Forever. And it spread throughout the corners of the earth, right? But when it spread, was it the end then?
You know the damn thing.
They ain't do nothing. But why is it when Israel's being woken up throughout the whole four corners of the earth, we looking like we're closer and closer to the end?
That's right.
Because this is the truth.
That's right.
This is it. This is what we've been waiting for. This is
it.
You have brothers out there places that you never heard of, saying that they're Israelites. Why is that? Because this is it. This is the end. Right?
Is it quick?
Yeah.
All right.
Matthew 24:14. And this gospel of the kingdom shall be preached in all the world for a witness unto all nations, and then shall the end come.
Then shall the end come. There's a witness. So when they see brothers out there in the corners with beards and garments like we have, they're like, oh shit, this must be the fucking end. Because this is the end.
Yeah.
All point is make a statement saying basically, my weapons are better than yours. Why would he do that for? They could have been doing that shit because they didn't have the capability back then. This is it. This is the end. So we living in some beautiful times right now. This is it. Ain't no coming back.
I'm gonna finish it. This is Romans 13:11, and that knowing the time, that now it is time to awake out of sleep.
High time.
Salakia. That now it is high time to awake out of sleep. For now is our salvation nearer than we believed.
Boom. And that was a point. I mean, it goes on, but that was a point there. It says now. Sorry, what's the last part say again?
For now is our salvation nearer than we believed.
Now is our salvation nearer than we believe. You know, because like I said, a true man of the Lord knows what time he's in, right? Because another name, many nicknames for a man of the Lord is what he's a seer, all right? He's a watcher, all right? So when you're watching, all right, and when you're seeing, you're supposed to be seeing what's going on, seeing the prophecies, watching the prophecies, which would make you know. You know, knowledge means to know. Know, well, you don't know nothing if you don't know the truth, all right? And the ultimate truth is what? Yahweh Sheman Shai and the Yasha'Allah, the children of Israel, okay? So we know, the men of the Lord know that we're in that time. And it's high time to wake out of sleep. And the men of the Lord is going to do and want the title of this video, which is what, this is it. We pray for the Lord to come back and deliver us this year, man. You know, and that's the premise of the show. And that's what you should be praying for, man. Every day. You know, every day. Pray for the elect, pray for the brotherhood, pray for yourself, to the Lord not take his spirit from you. And then pray, obviously, the Lord come back, man, as soon as possible, you know. So, you know, with that, any brother got last words? That's it.
Kwame Yasha'Allah.
Death to Esau in America.
Death to Esau in America.
Esau. Hang around. Shalom.
Shalom.
Well, we're on the last Passover. You know. Shalom to the apostles. You know, GMS. The brothers doing this work, brothers in this country, all over the world, you know. Going on the last Passover, man.
All praises to Yahweh.
Yeah, all praises.
All praises to Yahweh.
All right, shalom.
Shalom.